This NFL Week 3 recap and Monday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Fucking shine box.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money gray with my partner of picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Fuck Daro.
Okay,
Bringing it back.
Oh, you're wearing your Fuck Daro shirt?
Just bringing it back.
Okay.
To the good old times.
How about those Eagles, Ryan? What a win. What a cover. That's why they call them locks. Great day of gambling. Great day of NFL football. That was just awesome. We're here taking your calls. We got props for the Monday night game. Bunch of crazy finishes. It was just, it was just a great day to be gambling, cashing bets, hitting tickets left and right. It was awesome.
Feels a little bit like how we have no clue how all these civilizations built pyramids at the same time. Really, everyone blocked a field goal this week.
There was a lot of blocked field goals. Shout out to you, Ryan. You had the Browns money line dog.
I also had my how I missed all these fucking defensive touchdowns. Out of control.
Out of control. The Eagles, of course, ended the game. Walk-off blocked kick. The last time the Eagles had 2 blocked kicks in one game, 50 years to the exact day.
Really?
Yes, which is pretty insane. And the Eagles come back win, and the way they won, and then to get that cover at the end, it was miracle in the Meadowlands type stuff, Ryan, that we got to witness from the Eagles. Just greatness from Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, obviously Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis hitting 18 miles an hour, a 300-pound man, 18 miles an hour for the cover. It was just beautiful.
I love the GPS stat. Like, do we know if that's fast?
Yes.
It doesn't matter because you're just like, oh,
well, for a 300-pound guy, I guess.
But
to
I
your
mean,
point,
you have no reference point. You're just like, wow, that's fast.
Yeah, it sounds really fast. He looked really fast. No one was able to catch him, and he did the right thing. He put it in the end zone. Oh man, I'm sure if you had the Rams, you're thinking that was a bad beat. Well, fading my locks, that is a bad beat. The gambling gods were kind to me. They shined down upon us. That was the Eagles are down 26-7. And then just essentially put on 27 unanswered. My takeaway from the game, and I would say they started at the first half. It was okay defense. They did get that interception off of Stafford early. They converted off the turnover. But then other than that, this offense has been playing super conservative, especially those first 2 games. Then they start the second half. There's the strip sack because they had Matt Pryor out there. They quickly swapped him in for Fred Johnson. The Rams end up scoring. It feels like, oh no, we're going to lose this game. 26-7 was the score. And then the offense decided to wake up and they played aggressive. They started pushing the ball downfield, which as fans, I wanted that. I certainly understand the mindset of, hey, if Jalen Hurts doesn't turn it over, we can get away with a very conservative offense, but you still want to see them be aggressive. They had to be aggressive. They did it, and they just marched up and down the field, got the touchdowns. It was a wild, crazy, super exciting game, bunch of big plays, and yeah, and hats off to the Rams. Obviously, there's in some alternate universe they're able to. They got 2 field goals blocked. So I'm sure if you're a Rams fan, you're thinking, oh, we were the better team. But I think this Rams team is pretty good. Puka looked
both
pretty
kicks
good.
were really low. It's one of those things where sometimes you just. I mean, I don't exactly know how you how that happens, but both kicks looked ridiculously low. The Browns block or the Jets block kick was a little bit more of the classic around the outside.
Yeah.
All the rest were
Well,
just
it
low
wasn't.
kicks.
I thought the Jets was the one where they hopped the line.
No, the Jets, they came around the edge.
Okay, then maybe I'm thinking,
maybe that was the Browns.
Maybe
there
I'm
were so
confusing
many.
the Browns.
But there was a classic around the edge, like video game block. But the rest were just someone blew someone up the middle, and that was that.
And the Vikings game, that was wild too. All right, so Eagles get the win.
Real quick,
yes.
That 18 mile. If he's able to maintain that speed, which he obviously wouldn't be able to, that was a top speed. But if he was able to maintain that top speed for 100 yards, he would run the 100 yards in about 11.5 seconds, which would translates to about we'll call it a 12.5 second 100 meter, which okay. Now, if you factor in the fact that he's
not impressed. No,
he's
300 pounds.
No, yeah, and
he's wearing pads.
Now we factor in the idea that he's not going to be able to maintain that speed for 100 meters, and maybe he's breaking 15 seconds, which I'm pretty sure, like in shape, Sean could easily.
Well, he had one of the top 40s coming out of his draft class for a D lineman.
Oh,
and there's
sure,
a big thing about
size adjusted. It's quite impressive.
And he's lost a bunch of weight, and he's been using the Peloton is a big thing, and oh man,
there is something to just shame and competition.
Yes.
It's like the public Venmo transactions. Your workouts are public on Peloton, so.
All right, had to get to the Eagles first because of the crazy win, crazy cover.
Is that the
thoughts and prayers for the Rams?
I think also it won't be discussed enough because the media will focus on the positive for the Eagles. But I mean, complete blown game by Sean McVay.
Yeah,
complete blown game.
I mean,
they let the Eagles throwing one or two deep passes completely take them out of their game plan.
Yeah,
which again, anytime we see a defense sit back, what happens?
And
it's unbelievable.
They
and
were
then on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, absurd.
They were very conservative, the Rams, to the point that they had to settle for all those field goals. They were kicking field goals on 4th and short. Even after the block, like they
were just getting.
They were fine settling
Puka
for some of those
roasting them, and they just didn't spam it. I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, awesome.
They were also running the ball. For being such a great coach and coordinator, they completely adjusted their game plan the second the Eagles changed theirs. It was very weird.
Sean McVay 0-4 against Nick Sirianni.
That's interesting.
Not bad for an idiot retard coach who shouldn't be in the league.
Is that the most improbable cover that you've ever won on? It's definitely more improbable than the Stanford USC game.
Yeah, I guess because I mean, it's one thing to win a game on a block field goal, but to cover the spread, the fact that you didn't need to score, I think makes it the most improbable. Like there was a moment where the ball was rolling around. I thought someone was just going to fall on it, but the fact that it got blocked and that Jordan Davis had enough of a head start to just scoop and run with it, that makes it super improbable.
Every yard he ran, the Rams win probability goes up because the only way at that point that they're able to win the game is if he fumbles. Yeah. So if he goes down, game over. Yeah. It's the classic
and time had expired, so they would have had to strip him but also he's a 300-pound defensive line.
But if he goes down, it's over. And so Decker immediately called back to the Stanford UCLA game where Solomon Thomas scores at the end of the game where I think it was one of those where they were up 3 and it got them to cover like a 7 and a bigger number. But
well, and who knows? I'm sure we could see that play in the bad beats montage.
Like Decker said, that's going to replace the intro.
Awesome win. All right, we got your calls. If there's anyone you want to shove in a locker, I see Olan. I'll wait and bring him on when we hit on the Bears game. But feel free, hop in the Discord, raise your hand there in the live event, and let's hear from you guys. I'm sure if you're a Rams backer, who are you shoving in a locker? Who pissed you off? I would love to hear who you blame. I think you got to go with McVay. I mean, Stafford played a pretty good game. Puka obviously played well. I think you just have to go. You just have to blame McVay and some of his conservative ass play calling. I think.
Yeah, classic. He played not to lose the game in the second half, and they lost.
All right, let's we'll go back. Not a ton to talk about the Thursday game. Bills get the win, 31-21. Don't get the cover. No, I don't know. No major takeaways for me. It was kind of a boring game. The Dolphins kind of hung around.
There's reports coming out that, and I don't know if this is McDaniel trying to save himself, but it kind of feels like he's starting to throw Tua under the bus. There,
Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Did you read the report that essentially, like, there are voices inside the building that feel that Tua's holding back the offense?
Yeah.
And
well, I saw the report that Tyreek Hill said he liked the Mike McDaniel's coaching, that his piss was hot that day. And if I'm Mike McDaniel, I try Zach Wilson, try Quinn Ewers, maybe. Certainly.
Which, by the way, when we got excited a couple weeks ago, that number 0, I just in my head thought it had to be a rookie. No, it's Zach Wilson. It wasn't Quinn Ewers. It was Zach Wilson. He wears 0, which is the most.
That's a low energy move as a quarterback.
Or he gets it and he's been a 0. Maybe he's got a weird sense of humor. It's a very bad move.
Indianapolis Colts 41, Titans 20. Daniel Jones, aka Indiana Jones, Jonathan Taylor. I had number 1 fantasy football. I'm pissed at myself, Ryan.
Looks good. I think the story is the offensive line, though.
The offensive line's giving him a ton of time. Jonathan Taylor's playing great. The receivers around him are playing good. Tyler Warren's been a good pick so far. Didn't have a massive game. Didn't get over his yards, but still had a pretty good game. And Jonathan Taylor, 3 touchdowns. I'm on the VSiN show. I was gonna give out Jonathan Taylor 2 touchdowns.
Sure.
I go, that's only 6-1. I want to give out a real one, and should have given out 3 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor. This Titans team, Callahan now moves to 3-17 ATS as a head coach. I saw someone apologizing to Will Levis, saying, "Will, maybe it wasn't your fault. There's fundamental problems with this Titans team."
Cam Ward kind of looking like the version where he's not that dynamic at the NFL level. I understand the team's not playing great around him, but he's also making very, not quite Here's what I would say. He's a couple bad bounces away from making some Will Levis like decisions. And it seemed like the beginning of the season last year for Will Levis included like 5 of the worst decisions you've ever seen at quarterback. So either it's the coach, maybe Cam Ward.
Well, there is a consistent element in the coach,
but also like this is the bad stuff that we saw in college from Cam Ward. We just haven't seen too much of the.
But again, stuff. It's 3 games in, and I don't think Callahan's a good head coach. And that was kind of my take coming into the season. Of I wish we would have seen Cam Ward go to a better situation, or at least a better coach, because I just don't see him being able to unlock his potential. So.
Yeah, in this, I'm just gonna continue to short this team. I can't. It's
Colts?
just I cannot. Here's what I would say is the part that isn't jiving. There is a one. Dan Jones is lowering his shoulder, so it's only a matter of time.
Ryan, harder to watch as a Giants fan. Dan Jones succeed or Russell Wilson?
No issues with Dan Jones right now. Because it's I know how that's going to end. It's just they're picking up the like everything that goes right for a team that's on a streak. Every deep ball that's not accurate still turns into a PI. The offensive line is desperately in the right spot every time for a convenient scramble. I mean, I think the Colts are playing well. I think Steichen has shut a lot of people up he was a first coach fired candidate.
Yeah.
Coaching very well. I'm just telling you, this isn't going to continue. It's not.
I get it.
What's hard to watch about it is the fact that they're not even being stressed because they're just playing these teams that are like, I don't know if their defense is very good, but how can we tell?
But also too, if they lost that game to the Broncos, this is a slightly different conversation where it's.
But are we sure? Like what? Yeah, I'm not.
If they're 2-1,
if that pick 6 to start the game, it's like the game's over.
Yeah,
it's almost like the game was over right then. It's like, all right, well.
Speaking of the game being right over from the beginning, the Carolina Panthers go to 1-2. Falcons fall to 1-2. I thought Falcons would have a chance here. I didn't love it. I just didn't like the idea of backing the Panthers, but Panthers were the classic 0-2 team that had only played on the road. They looked really bad. It's a division game. They clearly got up for this game. Obviously outplayed the Falcons. Penix looked really bad. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this Falcons team. I'm still not buying in on the Panthers, but nice win by them, and we'll see how the Falcons respond after getting their ass kicked in a division game.
What's concerning if you're the Falcons is, well, first, the great stat here from Sleeper. Michael Penix 0-4 when opponents score more than 7 points.
Yeah. Well, also, how many? What's he on his sixth?
I know it's
his sixth start.
I'm framing the data.
Yeah. No, I get it. He looked bad
against the Panthers defense that has not been good.
No,
and I mean, nothing about this game looked good, and they didn't look.
And Raheem Morris, that's always. I was kind of optimistic, or at least compared to the market, on the Falcons coming into the season. I thought they were going to be that team that's not good, but that gets into the playoffs there and that wild cardy spot, maybe push the Bucks for the division. And they certainly pushed the Bucks to the brink in game one, won a nice game against the Vikings in Minnesota, and then got their ass kicked here. So I don't know what to make of this team right now. We'll see. But Penix played horrible.
7% of Survivor in the Circus Survivor were on the Falcons.
Beautiful.
Before the fact and after the fact seems like a stupid play.
Division road favorite is wild.
I'd also say there were a couple games today where one coaching staff just completely got undressed. The
Raheem Morris as a road favorite is one of those.
But the Panthers did nothing out of the ordinary.
No,
and they were just ready for the Falcons. And the stuff that I talk about with Penix and the really inaccurate stuff.
Yeah,
really came out.
Oh no, it was bad. And again, once you get a pick six, you're not going to win. You're not going to.
How did I miss all these touchdowns?
Next up, we got the Washington Redskins took down the Raiders, 41-24. This Raiders team, I was expecting a little bounce back, expecting a little bit more juice from Geno. I think this Raiders roster is not good, and I don't know what Chip Kelly's doing. And I thought they had a little bit more talent on defense. Really bad showing by the Raiders on the road here.
Yeah,
and it felt like they were never in that game.
I just refuse to believe that Marcus Mariota is this like good enough. I mean, I guess this is another one where you had a special teams touchdown. Yeah, you had some early momentum, and the Raiders. I think in general, Raiders probably not going to be a good chase team all season.
Yeah, they don't have the ability to come from behind.
I don't know, more than most teams in the NFL. The Commanders feel a little
and it just keeps making me think about how bad this Patriots team is. Cleveland, I mean, we'll get to them. Cleveland Browns 13, Green Bay Packers 10.
Saved the day right here.
Kramer, how did this not get on our card? I liked it a lot too. I went with the smaller dog. I needed a mojo shift.
I think I messed up. I mean, honestly, I think it was the flaw of making it the dog.
Yeah,
because if it's a lock, it's there.
The 7.5 felt pretty good for most of the game, and
never in doubt. I
think we nailed the handicap of, hey, this team is going to hang around. They play really good defense. This Packers team is clearly looking past inferior opponent on the road, non-conference road spot. They have a massive Sunday night game with Micah Parsons versus the Cowboys. It just hit all the stuff. Jordan Love looked really bad. I'd love to pull up Dick Puncher if he's around to call in to get.
He's not here. Interesting. He probably
might be having a go. I mean, if I was a Packers fan
and working some shit out,
pray for that squat rack, Ryan. Dick Puncher's going to destroy it.
And I think this is the reason that when this Super Bowl contender team gets to the playoffs, they're eventually going to lose in glorious fashion because Jordan Love makes some of the worst decisions when shit matters. The interception he threw in this game is you have to roast him. You have to roast him for it. He 9 straight regular season games, going for his 10th with I believe would have been a Packers record, no interceptions, and he just. And they were bad interceptions, and I guess we can make some excuse. I mean, I think the key here was that the Browns shut down Jacobs.
Yeah,
and I believe Jacobs didn't score a touchdown for the first time in not 8 games, something like that.
Yeah, He had I think it was like 11 game streak, Ryan.
Was it 11? Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then I think offensively, having Judkins out there, 18 carries, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. That was huge. We missed on our fan end. We would have hit our underdog entry. We were a half reception short on Fannin. That was annoying.
Dangerously close to like having a insane props weekend.
That would have been a nice swing.
Yeah, just
we'll get to it in this next game, but man, crazy. All right, 48 points scored by the Minnesota Vikings. The Bengals 10. Well,
one of the worst bets I've ever made.
The game was close leading up to halftime, and what was the exact? They were like down 7.
Bengals have the ball.
Yeah.
Inside field goal range, under 2 minutes, down 17-3. Halftime score, 34-3, which is
insane.
nearly impossible to do. Somehow the amount of fumbles this Bengals team had, it was almost like they all. We call it the Dream Crusher in college. This felt a little bit like a Dream Crusher game. Everyone knew their season was over because Joe Burrow was done.
I thought
and they all played like shit. Fumbles are a lack of like
mental focus. And I would say this too. Obviously, first off, Carson Wentz had an open lane. I think he tripped over his own feet, or someone got him.
No, he just he just doesn't have any speed anymore.
He was close to pulling that one into the end zone.
But the fact that Carson Wentz started a game where
he played fine,
his team scored 48 points. He didn't have to finish the game. The backup came in the game. He was so dominant.
Whiffed by us, but in hindsight, the Bengals were a 2-0 team that had 2 wins that really, could have both could have been.
They should have
losses.
been 2 losses. They should have been 2.
Yeah,
losses.
they should have been 0. So we were betting on a team that was 2-0 that should have been 0-2. That probably would have been the red flag versus this Vikings team that had hair up their ass about getting a win there at home. In hindsight, it was probably obvious, but also if the defense is going to score 2 touchdowns, you're
now ask
cooked.
me if I'm going to bet against Carson Wentz next week.
Carson Wentz overseas.
Yes. I'm really stuck between a rock and a hard place.
The Vikings Steelers in Ireland is going to be insane. It's just going to be insane.
The fine people of Ireland. I mean, is Carson Wentz Irish? He's got that red hair.
I think he's most Irish.
Wait, is this why they benched JJ McCarthy? How do we miss this, Sean?
He is a red-haired Viking, which is just it's too obvious, Ryan. The script writers are getting lazy.
Would you like to know the spread in the Vikings Steelers game?
Oh man, what do you make that spread? I think I have no idea. I guess it's Carson. I think the Steelers will be favored by 1.5.
So it looks like it opened at a point. Steelers a point, and now Circa has -2 for the Vikings.
So Vikings are favored by 2 points.
Carson Wentz is favored over Mike Tomlin right now.
Oh man, this is what if? And I see someone T Cunningham in the chat. Would JJ lose his job? If Carson Wentz wins some of these games, do you move on from him?
Well, he's still hurt.
Yeah,
the ankle's not recovering fast.
Wally pipped.
Listen, Brian Flores has access to shady people. Just Nancy Kerrigan, JJ.
Yes. Why? Oh, that audio never leaves my brain. Speaking of the Steelers. Nice lock, cash, never in doubt. Day 1, 21-14. My God, there was a couple of games today where it felt like neither team wanted to win the game. This Steelers Patriots game was definitely one of them. 21-14, but it was ugly. Like the turnover battle was insane. Drake May threw an interception, and then I'm just confirming they had 4 fumbles lost. How do you win the turnover battle by 4?
I think they got recovered one of their own too. So 5 fumbles,
4 fumbles lost, and an interception thrown. I think the interception thrown was in the end zone. The fumble was going into the end zone. How did the Steelers almost lose this game? It was
because they suck. And now that we're talking about it, this is going to be a really tough game. overseas.
Yeah,
Because the Steelers,
very
the fact
sloppy.
that the Steelers got that many turnovers and still barely eked it out
To win the turnover battle by 4,
bad
and
team.
I'm still down on this Pats team. I'm not a believer in this Patriots team. They I mean, well, especially Christian Gonzalez being out. Maybe their defense can get a little better, but this offense just sucks and they're not a well-coached team. I think part of it is the roster. Like there was red flags before the season started. Like, hey, roster's not quite there yet. So we'll see what
people
Vrabel
were
does.
high on Vrabel.
Yeah, and I still like him, but off to a rough start. They have not looked good, and certainly could be 0-3 if not for pulling that Dolphins game out of their ass. We did get a nice sound drop here from I forget who sent this in, but always appreciate.
That is a disgusting act.
This week's edition, courtesy of the Patriots and Steelers game. Kramer.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. Ball placed in the spot of the foul. First down, New England.
He grabbed booty.
That's definitely got to be a drop. He grabbed booty.
I tried to keep it together.
You're good.
He grabbed booty.
He did. I mean, there's not much in it there. I tried to.
He grabbed booty.
He grabbed booty.
Who is that?
That's Ian Eagle and
Yeah.
TJ Watt or JJ Watt.
Very, very good. That was great. By
He grabbed
Ian
booty.
Eagle. This is, I mean, that's how you make it fun.
Steelers get the win and the cover. Speaking, moving along, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks 29, Jets 27. Jets get the cover. What a wild ride that game was. Tampa Bay was always kind of in control, but then there were just a crazy amount of penalties and then sloppiness by the Jets. Tyrod throws a pick 6, which is kind of out of his character, but it's Tyrod Taylor, and it's as simple as you always bet on Tyrod as a dog. And once again, they get it done with the cover. Although it was crazy because the Bucks, I'm sure everyone saw the play. They were going to kick a field goal to go up 29-20 to essentially ice the game. Jets block the field goal, run it all the way back. The problem is they give Baker too much time on the clock, and so now Baker gets his third drives down. They get the field goal. So now it's what? Baker has 3 wins by a combined 5 points or 6 points. Crazy start to the Bucs season.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just seems like in the Bucs case they're dealing with all the adversity at the beginning of the season, and if they can manage to get through this, and they lose Mike Evans in this game, but it does seem like
he did catch the anytime touchdown,
but sounds like a hamstring. Sounds like multiple weeks.
Oh no! And they play the Eagles next week. I was looking forward to that.
Godwin could be back.
Yeah, Godwin and Wirfs
is back. It sounds
they
like week
conveniently
4.
said they're going to be back week 4. I'm sure the Bucs will get up for that game. The Eagles have always struggled against Tampa Bay, but if Tampa Bay is trotting out that offensive line against this Eagles defense, yikes. So we'll see who ends up getting healthy.
Having the left tackle be back is definitely huge.
Yeah, and then they had the center playing left tackle, and then
but it sounds like with Wirfs coming back, it kicks Barton back into his natural center position, kicks the same right tackle out there, and then you get Bredesen back at right guard. So now you have at least 3/5 of your offensive line back in their normal spot. So it's probably, and considering like this is the kind of thing that teams that have good seasons do. It's that fine line between were the wins lucky or were the wins a product of them executing. Missed field goal for a guy that's no longer on the Falcons. That's probably a little bit lucky, but executing game-winning drives. I hate when people act like those are lucky close wins. I think we watched the Jets game. The Jets were lucky to have made that a competitive game, and we still got to see Baker close it out in the end. So I'm feeling pretty confident about my NFC representative in the Super Bowl.
Well, it's going to be a good game against the Eagles. Bucks are opened up as a 3-point home dog. We'll see what
Todd Bowles has done all right.
Yeah,
in those matchups.
No, Eagles have not played.
Like, he gets no fucking credit. Like how he's like $1 million to 1 for coach of the year every year. Like right now, he's the fucking coach of the year.
He's won the division every year as the coach, right?
Yeah,
it is kind of crazy.
And what they've done with the offense, you have to put him in the consideration for coach of the year right now.
Yeah, maybe he will get some credit. Although, yeah,
and the defense isn't talented. They lost.
If Kevin O'Connell goes on a run with Carson Wentz, or Shane Steichen goes on a run with Dan Jones, those are going to be tough narratives to beat.
Or Liam Cohen with Trevor Lawrence. Let's not forget.
Speak of the Jags, 17, Texans 10. Ryan, you got off the Jag wagon. You listen to the AFC South flow chart. I also like the Texans, who had it. You want to talk about no one wanting to win this game? The Texans had a chance. Trevor Lawrence looks horrible in this game. He throws a very bad interception. Texans are driving down, and then just CJ Stroud gets his arm hit and throws up a duck. And
I mean, no one's really looked great against the Houston defense. In fairness to Trevor,
yeah.
Not that he looked good, but my God, I mean,
the Texans defense has played well. I thought
you have to.
The Texans offense has just looked horrible.
You have to consider firing D'Amico Ryans. He completely gutted the offensive line and the offensive staff, and they look worse. They're not good. They had no answer when they let the Jags score. I said to you that was not a good move.
Yeah.
They struggled to score a touchdown all game, and you're going to let them score?
I would have made them
hold for the field goal. It was a weird day. Field goals were getting blocked. They were getting pressure. I think if you, I think you have to at least put it in consideration. And I think this Texans team is exactly who I thought they might be, which is the defense is very good. It's keeping them in every game.
Yeah, I thought
the offense sucks.
I didn't think the offense was going to be good. But I thought they'd be able to win a 17 point
CJ Stroud
game.
Not good. No. Where's that test at? Where's the S2 people?
The S2 people, they're ready to.
We need to Undertaker
some
meme
dances.
The S2. Let's find that company and just hit them with the Undertaker meme.
Denver Broncos 20, Chargers 23. I was on the Broncos. Kramer, you were on the Chargers. If we picked it at 2.5, so you got the cover there. I think it closed 3. It's a good game, back and forth. I keep coming away more impressed with this Chargers team.
God, they're good.
Joe Alt got beat a couple times by Bonito, and I saw a lot of good stuff from this Broncos defense. But ultimately, Herbert and the Chargers made some big plays when they had to. Hampton finally started doing stuff. Of course, they had a season-ending injury, as they do every game, with Najee Harris. I'm guessing it looked very bad. I'm guessing it's a non-contact injury, and now this is back-to-back games where the Broncos lose on walk-off field goals. So they're 1-2, but I'm not completely out on the Broncos. Bo Nix hit some throws, he missed some throws.
They got a lot of positive bounces their way in this game.
Yeah,
and the Chargers still, like the old Charge. I said this to Decker. Old Chargers don't win this game.
No.
I thought Herbert was very good. The return of Quentin Johnston was very excellent. You mentioned the injuries. We learned during this game that Khalil Mack already rehabbing, lifting weights with one arm and playing
one arm ping pong.
Which why'd you note that down? I mean, like anyone can play one armed ping pong. That's a very interesting thing to sprinkle.
I think it's almost harder to play with 2 arms.
You don't play with 2. I mean, there are people that switch paddle. Like there are people that can switch paddle hands. I just don't like. What are we talking about?
Yeah, unless you're like
he's an elite athlete.
Most casual ping pong players use one arm.
Just say one arm push-ups. Yeah, you got nervous. You saw the ping pong table.
Yeah, you improvise. But yeah, nice win for the Chargers. Tough loss for the Broncos.
What I don't like from this Chargers, and by the way, Hampton might be better now that he doesn't have Najee Harris breathing down his back. He looked good as he was getting work into that game.
Quentin Johnson also, Ryan, is a big story.
Just huge. I mean, he's just a little confidence.
All of a sudden,
Harbaugh.
he's a first-round receiver.
And the broadcast reminded us all that Sean Payton was a scab.
Yes.
So
he did some scab work back in the 80s. And Derwin James has been playing really well for the defense. So,
quote, the best safety of all time.
I don't know. There's a guy by the name of Brian Dawkins, Steve Atwater. There are some really good safeties out there. He's had a very good career. I think he might.
Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor.
I mean, Ronnie Lott cut his finger off in a game.
To me, Derwin James is like a modern day Sean Taylor.
He's very good. And he's
big, fast.
He's missed a bunch of games due to injury. So if he stays healthy, that's huge for their success. Seattle Seahawks 44, New Orleans Saints 13. No sweat lock, no sweat survivor. I had a decent chunk of change on this game and I barely watched it. Right.
A little annoying. I didn't, this was one of those games where I was like, all these sharps are on New Orleans. The injury report looked horrible. And when I went up to the window,
safeties this is the first time Spencer Rattler's playing with a healthy offensive line. Look at the Seattle secondary; it's all banged up. Ryan,
you got to, I mean, I thought the Saints.
It's an 0-2 team.
They looked like a team.
Points.
They looked like a team that never had a chance in this game.
No.
And while
no.
Of course, I did have them in my teaser. Ka-ching.
Yes.
Another week, another teaser cashed by me.
I did hit my teaser.
Oh, double teaser.
And Ryan, collectively, we went 4-2 on our locks.
Oh, very nice. Oh, I see what you did there. I went 1-3, so you must have gone 3-0.
Oh, sorry, we went
2.
Yes.
So you must have gone 3-0.
Well, I don't like to point that out, but collectively we went 4-2. Only 3-2 on the circuit card, which is annoying. That are the one floating lock didn't get it. That was a winner.
5-4 overall in the season. I got to do better.
Let's keep stacking wins. Yes, I hit my first tease of the year, so that was nice. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do with this Saints team. I assume they're going to be a close your eyes special next week. Against the
what they close at 24 points, so we'll see. I can give you the early number.
Yes, I'm seeing the circuit number opened it at 16.5 against the Bills.
Yeah. Teaser alert. All those people that used the Bills last week.
Yeah. You're gonna
idiots. You could have used them this week.
Well, for Survivor, it's interesting because Lions are a big favorite against the Browns. They're laying 8, but of course the Lions are one of the Thanksgiving teams, so you might not want to burn them. Texans laying 7. I don't know how you feel about Survivor.
You can't lay a touchdown with that offense right
Broncos laying 7.5 at home against the Bengals. Might be a time to use them, but the Broncos have blown some games. So
I think I'm at the point in the season where I'm just going to cross. Certain offenses aren't worthy of laying those types of numbers.
James in the chat, friendly reminder: Troy Polamalu, you cucks, all caps. So
I'd rather have Derwin James than Troy Polamalu.
Oh wow, okay.
I think Troy Polamalu was a little bit of product of that defense. He was a great player.
Polamalu was pretty awesome.
Doesn't make my top 5 safeties.
Chicago Bears 31, Dallas Cowboys 14, and I'll bring on our buddy Olan if he's still hanging around. Love to get his perspective on this. Olan, are you there?
Yeah, we're here, boys. It was a good day.
Oh, it sounds like he's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, sounds like he just
smoking my weed.
sounds like he just got done ripping.
I got glaucoma. Doctor says I need a Bacchiati.
Nice.
I mean, we watched the game with the Bears fan, and obviously we were rooting against the Cowboys. I didn't go big on that game, but I mean the Cowboys. I did give out the Caleb Williams passing yards, which he hit in the first half. That was easy. Ola, what's your takeaway as a Bears fan on that win?
I was very happy. I don't want to overreact to it too much. I mean, the Cowboys defense is trash. They made Russell Wilson look like 20-year-old Russell Wilson last week. I mean, that the defense is just completely awful. Also, them losing CD, of course, sucks for them. Hate to see someone go down. But overall, I mean, it's a good win, man. Caleb looked great. He played mistake-free football, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was spreading it around. Everyone got involved. I thought Ben Johnson called a great game plan. I mean, it was a great team win. Torrey Taylor, the couple punts he had, he pinned him deep. I mean, it looks like, at practice this week, they get a fire lit under their ass, and it was a good team win.
Yeah, I mean,
I like getting the punter in there with the good vibes.
Yes, I did not expect to hear about the punter, but yeah, Caleb looked good. Offense was flowing, hitting some throws. Defense. The concern was the defense, and I was hearing, and certainly losing CeeDee Lamb probably hurt their chances if we're being fair to the Cowboys. But there's no fun.
Jermaine Edmonds, 2 interceptions. Let's go.
Yeah,
another Hokie showing out. after the Coach Pry firing and the big win at against Wofford.
And
it was a big Virginia Tech day, Sean.
Colston Loveland, is he? What's the latest with him? He's injured, right? How long do you think he's going to be out? Have you heard anything?
Hopefully not long. I mean, we really have a decent other option on Cole Kmet. I mean, personally, I really wish we would have went after Tyler Warren in the draft, but hopefully he'll be back there soon. Kramer, ask me what my biggest bet this weekend was.
What was your biggest bet this weekend? Please tell me it was
Browns motherfucking money line. Oh my God.
How great was that? I mean, in terms of a gambling finish, that was a great, because like the +7.5, which most people, if you're betting a big money line like that, you're probably taking a small piece of the spread too.
Yep.
That 7.5 was in play the entire time. And then for the way that I mean, the Packers are getting ready to win this game. You're going to cover, so you're not feeling total misery like those Rams backers probably eventually felt. But my God, the feeling of them getting it done. And by the way, I meant to say this earlier, but Junkin's wearing 10. It probably tricks the defense a little bit. He looks skinny, and then he just runs them over. But yeah, nice win on that. What made that the biggest bet? Just confidence in me.
Well, a little bit, but I just honestly, it's looking at the matchups. I mean, the Packers' first 2 games, they didn't really play against what I consider elite defensive, especially when you have the front four and that pass rush that the Browns have. Packers have had a lot of injuries on the line. I figured if they could stop Josh Jacobs, which they did, it forced them into that situation where Jordan would have to throw and hopefully he would make a mistake. I do got to say, Locker, Brian Callahan, fuck you. You cost me my morning teaser. Bastard, you suck at football.
Callahan he's in the auto fade list. It's going to be tough for him to work his way out there. Olan, appreciate it. Congrats on your Bears. Let it ride, man.
Thanks, man. Good win too on the Eagles, Sean. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir.
And we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the 49ers. 49ers get the win 16-15. Arizona does get the cover though, Ryan, and we had them in the contest. Never in doubt. Oh, this was also a game of 2 teams that felt like they didn't really want to win the game.
Yeah, I mean once the safety happens, it kind of was never in doubt, even regardless what the Cardinals did. I think one thing
Cardinals had a ton of drops. Eye tests, like Marvin Harrison had some.
I said it wasn't Kyler's fault. I did
get a couple. Look at that tot go.
His receivers kind of let him down. I thought the defensive game plan, when the Niners only needed, they were playing defense like they just had to stop him from scoring a touchdown, and all they needed was a field goal. They were doing a good job of bottling up the run game and pressuring Mac Jones, and they just sat back in a soft zone. It was one of the more. I mean, again,
that last drive is
coaching complete shit.
They were playing aggressive the entire game.
I was a week early on the VSiN show with the Juszczyk first touchdown. That was devastating. There's just so many like people who were scoring this week. I had done. For the VSiN show, of course, we do the TD segment. We show our TDs.
Yes.
And I was doing my normal Friday morning stuff, and I'm like, man, Trey Tucker. Maybe I do two touchdowns. That's stupid. Let me just pivot to Bowers. Trey Tucker 3 touchdowns. Just the shit that happened today. The
antennas. You were directionally correct, Ryan. So congrats.
I'm not shooting Scud missiles over here.
Mac Jones should not have been a favorite. We were correct about that. Last game of the slate, Chiefs get the win 22-9, and of course the cover. This was a pretty ugly Sunday night game. Tyquan Thornton, if you had him 2 touchdowns, that was kind of a bad beat. Congrats to you, Ryan, on Cam Scadaboo cashing for you first touchdown.
I told a lot of people it was going to be a Cam Scadaboo game.
Yeah,
I was very right about that. Here's the main issue.
Well, Tyrone Tracy did die on the first drive.
Some sort of dislocated shoulder. I would have popped it back in and played. That's just me. When that
dog mentality, you sound like you'd be good on the Eagles.
When that happened, it was like, okay, now it's definitely a Cam Scadaboo day. The Giants now, in a matter of 20 games, not even, it's probably like 17, have had a kicker go out in pregame warm-up.
What are you guys doing?
The entire offseason, just get rid of him. Get a younger kicker. You can save some money, and he always gets hurt. So what happens? Gets hurt. As soon as that happened, I said, "Well, this game's gonna."
Well, it started out like a field goal game.
Then you have mostly a well-called game by Kafka, where Russ avoided shitting himself too hard, especially when Andrew Thomas was out there. Also, Andrew Thomas being on a pitch count, also just a disaster plan.
How do you have a left tackle on a pitch count?
He's working his way back. I would have been more fine with you just sitting him another game, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. But then something happened again at halftime, and the shriveling of testicles. I mean, just complete. The offensive plan was a non-plan. You have Russ doing stuff. Russ closes out the game with, first of all,
that was insane.
First of all, a little bit bullshit because we've seen a lot of quarterbacks overthrow a receiver by 10 feet and not get called for a intentional grounding. Again, you can't just throw it off to the side, but if there's a receiver there all the time, we see guys throw it way over their head, completely uncatchable. They never call it. They call it, and then we proceed down to a series where fourth down is
throwing it.
The Derek Carr. He did the Derek Carr, which is throwing it out of bounds on fourth down, which signals
it
to
hit
me
the crossbar.
It signals to me it's time to move on.
Yes, you can't. You have to play Jackson Dart. If you put Russell Wilson out there next,
okay, maybe you wanted to wait till the Saints game week 5. Nah, it's too late. Got to bring him out now.
If you
can't play like that, you pulled a Derek Carr.
If you put Russell Wilson out there, you lose the locker room. If you have the locker room still as Dable, right?
I would imagine. I mean, there's been enough evidence with body language that clearly some dudes in the locker room are fans of Jackson Dart.
Kyle Kerms in the chat saying, I honestly think somebody drugged him, referring to Russell Wilson on those last 2 drives. Not even trying to be funny, Ryan. What happened to is Russ just scared of getting hit?
But all right. First of all, whenever you say not even trying to be funny, you're obviously like, all right, great serious statement, Kyle. No, I mean maybe he got concussed. Maybe the game tape will show he got concussed. I think that what's the plan? We shouldn't be surprised at this point. Can't have someone throwing the ball out of bounds on a fourth down.
Yeah, you lost the fan base if you had it. You lost the locker room if you had
it. When Russ read optioned before he threw the 2 passes out of bounds, when Russ read optioned, I think it was on second down. That was third down QB sneak under Joe Judge with Jake Fromm. Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
That was that. Don't really have a problem. I mean,
at home against the Chargers next week, who is the starting quarterback?
I mean, again, I maybe you're not listening to the podcast.
I am listening.
You can't play. I just said it.
But it's different between you saying it and what you actually think is going to happen.
I don't know. You believe the reports. Dable's drastically close to getting fired. Which if you were this close to firing him, why didn't you fire him in the offseason? At this point, John Mara, let's release the Epstein list. Let's find out that John Mara was on the list, and we can all move on with our lives.
You got to do those tweets about Charlie Kirk had it coming. I'm John Mara, and I'm the owner of the New York Giants.
I mean, Steve Tisch, I'm sure he was allegedly on the island. He's an entertainment guy. We all know about the entertainment industry, Sean.
A lot of shady folks.
So we'll start there, work our way up. But yeah, I don't see how you can start Russ again.
Yeah,
start Jameis. I mean, you can't. Jameis wouldn't have done that.
No, Jameis knows better.
Jameis wouldn't have done that.
All right, let's get to some Monday night props before we do. Of course, shout out to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're building some fun parlay. I cashed my Mike Evans anytime TD over on mybookie.ag. Of course, use the promo code SGPN. Get you set up over there. 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. Mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Very funny that we still have Aaron Rodgers on the graphic. A-Rod getting the win. 100% bet back bonus up to $500. T's and C's apply on the bonuses. And of course, we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Again, since it's an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And I see our buddy Easy of the Be Easy Bets YouTube channel. Lion super fan also on the line. Easy, are you there?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Hello, Easy.
I didn't keep track, but did you win $280,000 on your 8-team defensive interception parlay?
I did not win the parlay. 2 of them did hit though. We did get
nice.
Jalen Petrie at plus 1100, and then Xavier McKinney also hit. So it did go 2 for 5.
Nice.
But 2 for 5 at those prices. I'm sure that's a nice profit for you there. Should have just played Isaiah Rodgers 2 touchdowns.
My God.
That was just an insane.
He had a
outcome.
fumble recovery too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he forced a fumble.
Oh, was that what it was?
But either way, he was just ball bounced right to him. It was. I mean, he had a great game. Hats off to him. I miss him on the Eagles.
I like you having Easy join us first, so we can hear his good props and then steal them.
Yes, Easy. Do you have any? You're a Lions insider, Lions expert. Any props you want to give out for Monday night Ravens Lions?
Yeah, I got a couple on both sides of the ball for you. I'll start on the offensive side. Jameson Williams, longest reception, over 22.5 yards. Last week he had 2 catches for 108 yards and a touchdown. That's what he does, is just run go routes. And with this Ravens defense, I think he can do that again tomorrow. And then the other one on the offensive side is Jahmyr Gibbs, over 23.5 receiving yards. I think we open him up a little bit in the receiving game.
Like it.
I mean, so I looked at the JMO longest reception. I also looked at him to lead the game in receiving yards. Sean, that's 5-1. But I'm also on this Gibbs receiving. Yeah, it seems like they remembered that that's a good way to get him involved in the game. He went from week 1, in week 1 he had the 10 targets against Green Bay. Last week didn't have a ton of involvement. Probably didn't need to be. Only 3 for 10. I think against the Ravens, we'll see him get loose.
I like a couple guys I like. Well, we'll get to the props here. I see DeJuice in the chat saying Sam Laporta anytime TD. Wade do. I agree with that. I think we'll get to. He's definitely on my first touchdown list at 16-1, but I think he's also good in the anytime touchdown market. Easy. Can we get a score prediction for you? Lions Ravens.
Yeah. Real quick, defensive side: Marlon Humphrey interception, DJ Reed interception. That's my interception place.
All right.
For the score, I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I mean, both Ravens games so far this year has been high scoring. We saw what our offense did last week. Our defense is still kind of piecing it together. The Lions struggle with running quarterbacks. We have for like the last 3 years. So I think it's going to be high scoring. I'm going to go, we win 41-38.
Ooh, that's going to be way more exciting than the Sunday night game. Love the prediction.
Well, the Ravens have scored 40 points in every game so far, right? Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
So maybe we'll go 44-41.
And shout out to DJ and Eric, friend of the program. I think he had Vikings most points on the week.
Oh my God!
Or I think it was just for Sunday because
son of a bitch.
He was talking about, do I need to do a hedge for? I said I don't see it being a high scoring game Sunday night, but you could maybe do like an alt total.
You might need
and
to
maybe hope you. But I don't think it includes Monday night.
Oh, then I think he's in.
I think he's home. I won't speak for his bet, but Easy. Always appreciate hearing from you. Good luck to your Lions and good luck with the props. Like the angles.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, man. Let it ride. Good to hear from you, Easy. And of course, get in on the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. Download the free SGPN app wherever you get your apps. All our picks, all our podcasts in one convenient place. The app's free. It's you can listen to everything right there. Read the articles, the videos. It's great, and it's free. Like everything we do. Kramer, let's give out some free props. What's your first free prop?
My first free prop. We're gonna go to Zay Flowers. 11 targets against the Browns, 9 targets against the Bills. His catch prop this week, which by the way, it's 7 catches in both those games. His catch prop is 5.5. He's dominating. He's out there on every play. He's running all the routes.
Yeah, he seems like he's his guy.
He's dominating target share in a really strong way. And so, over 5.5 is plus 105 too. I understand that what's probably tricking everyone is that like Wallace and Walker had some like deep balls in the last. It's all Zay Flowers. I mean, the other guy that's out there the most is Rashad Bateman, and he's getting like 1 target for every 7 of Zay Flowers.
For me, I mentioned him for the first touchdown. I think he's probably good for the anytime as well. But give me Sam Laporta over 44.5 receiving yards. The Ravens have been carved up by the tight ends. 185 yards to the tight end between the Bills and the Browns. Both both those teams kind of use a 2 tight end set. For the Lions, it's just Sam Laporta. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense, and 44.5 feels way too low. I don't know if it's quite as high scoring as Easy mentioned, but
You don't think so?
I think there's going to be legit back and forth in this type of game, and the Ravens seem fine playing that game flow. If they get up big, I would be surprised if the lines completely go away. I think they're going to be able to dink and dunk, and I think Sam Laporta is just a tough matchup. So yeah, give me over 44.5 receiving yards for Sam Laporta.
Brock Wright is the backup. So
yes.
let's not be completely disrespectful to Mr. Brock.
No,
Wright.
but he is not really used in the passing game.
Oh no, that's the difference. Not yet.
No,
not yet. Save those touchdown numbers. All right. Easy mentioned it. We don't know if it was Aaron Glenn, which Baker got loose a couple times, but I'm not necessarily going to blame that on the defense. But we don't know if the virus was Aaron Glenn or just the Lions culture that Dan Campbell's built. So we have to play Lamar Jackson over 42.5 rushing yards. It's just an instant. And easy gave me more confidence talking about the idea that they suck against the running quarterback. Caleb didn't exactly get loose, but 5 for 27. I mean, Lamar only needed 6 to go 70 against the Bills. So we're going to go over 42.5 for Lamar Jackson rushing yards.
All right. For me, you nailed the handicap last week, Ryan, taking the Derrick Henry under.
Which, by the way, Bucky Irving this week. So let's go.
Let's get it. Under specialist. I think Derrick Henry has a big bounce back game. Last time he had a bad game, 16 carries last year for 9 yards, came back for a nice 19 for 88. It's Derrick Henry, and until we see him fall off in any sort of way, a primetime game. He's going to be up for this game. If they get up, they're certainly going to feed him a bunch. 84.5 rushing yards. It's high, but give me the over. I think he has a nice bounce back game from last week.
I don't hate that.
Oh, thank you. Is that your way of complimenting me?
I started looking. It's hard to take overs on those big rushing numbers. If I'm being completely honest, I get scared off of it sometimes.
Well, not with Derrick Henry, the big dog, Ryan. Let the big dog eat.
And I just hit it under. I don't need any of that sauce.
All right, what's your third prop?
Oh, excuse me. No, Jahmyr Gibbs. We talked about it earlier. Over 23.5 receiving yards.
Easy money for me. I'm gonna go to the inventor. Or we need to come up with a good name for him. Isaac Tesla Coyle. Over 12.5 receiving yards. He's gotten it in both games. They say they want him involved, and another reason, this is one of Rhythm's props that they like for the Monday night game. Of course, get 25% off when you use Rhythm. Download the Rhythm app. Use the promo code SGPN25. Start building your own models for picks, for props. We got you covered. But with Rhythm and Rhythm continues to kill it. They are doing a great job, college and pros.
That's a great number. You can find 12.5.
What do you mean?
I think it may. I mean, the place I'm looking at is 15.5. But
really, because I think I double checked it on Underdog and it had.
Maybe yeah. Like I said, well, stay tuned for the parlay later. But Mr.
Underdog, it was 12.5. It's up to 14.5.
I think there's some steam.
Find the 12.5. Either way, I think it's good.
Do you
because
care?
They go out of their way to get him involved.
He's also also
just had awesome catches.
It's kind of also. I mean, yeah, that's the reality. He's had one really awesome catch in a couple games, right?
Yeah, and they went out of their way, the coaching staff, to say to get him more involved.
So he has a 13-yarder and a 29-yarder.
Yes.
So it's got to be in between.
What do you mean?
Oh, to get that. If the over has gone past 13, we have to get a little bit more than 13.
Okay. Download the Rhythm app. Use the promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off your first month. Ryan, let's build we'll talk first TDs, some TGen only bets. What do you like for our underdog entry? Of course, underdog fantasy, promo code SGPN. Get $5 or get $50 in bonus funds when you use $5. What's your?
We were so close with Fan earlier.
Very frustrating.
A little bit bigger on that one. That
for me,
nice.
my favorite play is Laporta, the receiving yards. But what do you like, Ryan?
Let's see here. I mean, I like the stuff we talked about. If we want to get different, let's. Do we have?
I mean, we don't have to. If you want to, like the Lamar stuff.
I would play the Zay catches.
Zay catches. All right.
He's dominating the target share. I don't think. It's unlikely to me that the Lions take him out of the game.
So, Zay Flowers higher 5.5 receptions. Sam Laporta higher 44.5 receiving yards. $100 entry returns you $300. Underdog fantasy promo code SGPN. Kramer, you continue your heater with the first TDs. I'll try and match you. I got a little cute. The Jalen Royals playing was I thought was interesting.
Chiefs are a tough team. That's why I only put one of them on the card.
Sam Laporta, mentioned why I like him for anytime. Dalton Kincaid obviously got a first touchdown against the Ravens there week 1. Sam Laporta 16-1 like that.
Co-sign that one.
And the Coil himself, Isaac Tesla 55-1.
Horrible price.
What do you think it should be?
I mean, like they're not watching the game.
Oh yeah.
He's also in that Josh Reynolds role, which found himself in the end zone last year for us as well.
Lamar, who I usually don't like, but he's up to 11-1. I think at that point
you can find 12-1.
Okay, at that point it's a buy for me at 12-1.
Have to play it.
And then D Hop at 20-1 is the point of like, I can see some value and I can see this hitting. He's already got a touchdown this year. So yeah, give me DeAndre Hopkins 20-1, Lamar Jackson 12-1, Tesla 55-1, and Sammy Laporta 16-1. What are you doing, Kramer?
You're locked in. I'm with you on the Lions, guys.
And sorry, DeAndre 2 touchdowns. If I'm correct, yes, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, you're never mind. Yeah, no, we're on the same page. In fact, D Hop almost made my list as well, but the Ravens are a tough team to get cute with. I kind of would like to see I mean, do we know Likely's not playing? Anyway, not doing it. So Tesla and Laporta on the Lions side. I don't know how else you play this. Maybe you can slide JMO in there instead of Laporta. But 55-1's a ridiculous price. I also considered looking at Walker and Wallace for the Ravens, but I dug into their usage and it's not worth playing. So I went Zay Flowers 10-1, Lamar Jackson 12-1. Very chalky for me on the Ravens side, but the Ravens are one of these teams that just like I couldn't even. Justice Hill is like the maybe that's fun and the price isn't even very good there. So unfortunate, but I feel like this was always going to be the card. It was going to be Lamar, Tesla, probably Laporta, and then one of the receivers for the Ravens.
Oh my God.
For my DGen only bet,
you know I'm a degenerate.
If Isaac Tesla can get the first touchdown, why can't he get one more? 2 TDs for Tesla, 100-1 over on the Blue Book. Green Book has it at 55-1. So make sure you shop around on those. But 100-1 Tesla, 2 TDs.
You ever dug into what happened to all of Tesla's work?
No.
After he died. Agencies came and collected it all. He solved wireless power, transmitting through the air.
It's too much power.
So we're locked in with this Tesla cat. Also, the way that he spells his name with a capital S in there,
yeah,
very much
intriguing.
just grabs you. Sean, this was so obvious. Stares you right in the face. First correlation play of the year.
Okay.
Tesla under 1.5 catches. So I'm kind of going against your 2 touchdown. Over I got 15.5 receiving yards and a touchdown.
And what does that?
So
pay?
basically, what he's done in half his games.
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't score the touchdown on the 29-yard catch. Under 1.5 catches, over 15.5 yards, scores a touchdown, 45-1.
Woo-hoo.
So we just need that one catch.
It's the
baby.
Dawson Knox roll that we almost got.
Oh
home.
my God!
God,
this is an electric type of parlay to put in.
Wow. I mean, perfect electric Tesla. It's right there. Come on, Tesla, get us home.
We would have free power if Tesla wasn't murdered for his secrets.
Dirt McGurk saying Ryder Cup, please check out the Golf Gambling Podcast.
Oh wait, we're not doing a Ryder Cup episode this week.
No, sorry, we are locked in to the National Football League and college.
Here's what I'll commit to. The man in the box will give out a Ryder Cup play on the prop show Thursday.
Yes. Okay, I like that. And of course,
I think it starts Friday.
I'm sure he'll talk. I'll probably squeeze in some Ryder Cup talk over on the Bottom Line Bombs podcast.
I'm sure he will. Yeah,
check that out. Check Golf Gambling Podcast out. Matt Gannon, Dom Ciccarino.
Are we not American though? If we don't talk about it, it is USA versus Europe.
It's golf during football, and what's more American than not caring about golf during the football season?
Why do they do it during football?
USA.
Why do they do it during football season?
I don't know. They don't want ratings. Some sports do not want ratings.
What channel do they compete with? They're going to play it at the
You're
same.
asking me all these questions. I have no idea.
So
I've never watched it.
That while 8 games are going or 7 games because we
get the night TV.
Oh, here's even the more fucked up thing. They're going against football on the day it starts at 6:30 in the morning out here because we get an Ireland game.
Oh wow,
they're completely fucked.
The European mind cannot handle the Ryder Cup and Carson Wentz on the same day.
Oh yeah, will people in Ireland even care about the football? The Ryder Cup's going on.
We'll see. We'll see. Hey, good times as always. Hit us up on Spotify. Always appreciate the 5 stars. It does make a difference. Send the comments, questions over there. Always appreciate hearing from you guys. Oh, we had one more. That was a disgusting act.
This is also probably a drop.
Yes, courtesy of Chris Collinsworth in the Sunday night game.
Yeah, they had Eli Manning during the break over there playing one of those games with one of the fans. I was thinking he missed a few early on. I was going, boy, he wouldn't do that. And then he just threw it in the other guy's hole.
They just threw it in the other guy's hole.
Just threw it in the other guy's hole. And then he just threw it in the other guy's hole.
That feels
we have
like
a serious show here.
And then he just threw it in the other guy's hole. It's so useful.
Yeah. Well, I think there's one use.
Oh man, that'd be a good one to play on VSiN. We're doing cornhole.
Cornhole talk. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Maybe Tesla is the first episode topic for more questions than answers, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.